Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue celebrating Shelf-tember in September, and I'm going to give you 5 quick tips. It's going to be a very quick video on how to get started with Shelf-tember. But before we get into it, I am going to just refresh everyone's memory or maybe help someone who doesn't know what Shelf-tember is. So what Shelf-tember is since it's a seasonal month, we're going from summer to fall and we're transitioning into winter, which is going to be a long winter and fall. We have a lot of things up in our pantry, our fridge, and our freezer that we haven't used. Also, we don't want to waste any of that. And we are trying to save money. We, collectively, everyone, okay? There's not many people in the country that is not affected by the financial situation that we are all facing and this economy. So, having said that, we are all trying to save money. And what better way to do that? Well, actually, the number one way to do that is to cut down on your groceries. That is a sure way to save money quickly, okay? So what you do for Shelf-tember is you basically go into your pantry, your fridge, and your freezer. You take out things that are in those 3 areas. You create a meal plan using those items. See if you can substitute. If you don't have items for salad, could you maybe make a frozen vegetable instead? Or could you make 2 vegetables if you don't have any potatoes or you're low on rice? You get the picture. So making your meal plans from the items that are in your freezer, your pantry, and your refrigerator. So you want to dig deep for these items. Go way in the back, okay? Dig deep. Look for packets of seasonings and sauces, condiments, half-open, half-used boxes of pasta, rice, if you use meal kits, any kind of cereals. You know, you could put it in, you could even make dessert with them or like a little snacky mix with it. Just anything that you have. Crackers. What do you have on the shelf that'll go good with crackers to help create a meal or to add something to a meal? You're going to want to take them out and please place them where you can see them on a table or a counter. And you can look at them and you will be inspired. You will be amazed at how much inspiration you can get when those items are taken out and put on a surface where you're going to be looking at them all the time. Okay, so make sure that you put them together on a table or a counter or a space where you can see them. And to be honest, I don't suggest putting them in a box because then you're going to forget what's in the box. Lay them out. Find some room somewhere, lay them out on a table, set up a card table, put them on your coffee table if you have to, but just get them out in the open where you're going to be able to be looking at them, okay? Now you're going to do the same thing for your fridge and your freezer, only you're not going to take the items out, but you're going to scan it real well. And you're going to write down everything that you have in there. Everything. If you have 1.5 cucumbers, 1/4 of an onion, 5 apples, whatever, half gallon of milk, about 8 ounces of orange juice, just go down everything that you have in the refrigerator, write it down. Do the same thing for your freezer. Now your refrigerator freezer, okay? When you've exhausted your fridge and your refrigerator freezer, if you have a deep freezer, then you go to the deep freezer and use what's in there, okay? So let's go on to the next. You're going to think and use your imagination, not only creating meals, but creating snacks and desserts. There's so much you could do with canned fruit and crackers, and if you have any box mixes like brownies and you have a little bit of peanut butter. Could you make peanut butter brownies? Could you have a little bit of coconut left? Could you throw some coconut on top? Just an example, okay? Write it all out. Write your meal plan out. It's been proven that when you write something down, when you have a plan and you actually write it on paper, pen and paper, not online, pen and paper, okay? What I did here, pen and paper. Can I say that again? Pen and paper. When you write it down, you are going to have more success than if you just kept it up here, sent yourself a text, or just try to wing it, okay? So make sure that you write everything down. Now, how are you going to get ideas for meals? Sometimes it looks like you have odd items out. You get your ideas for meals by, number one, use your imagination. What is the closest thing that you can get using what you have to what you'd like to create? Like, do the best you can to create a meal out of what you have, okay? You can always leave a question in the comments below. You could also email me. Now listen, when you make a comment, other people are going to comment and give you ideas. So this comment section is really important. So if you have a question about meal planning and shelf-timber and how to get organized, anything like that, leave it in the comments below. I'm also going to leave my email address in the description. So you can also send me an email and I will answer your questions, okay? You could also go to recipefinder.com, okay? And that is a great place, a great resource. I've done it myself. I've gotten ideas. It's recipefinder.com. I don't know if they have an app. I know they have a website, whatever. You go into that site, you put in, like, let's just say you had 4 pork chops in your pantry. It'll give you the meat section. You click pork chops. You have a bag of frozen asparagus. You have bread. You have corn. You just check off everything that you have available, which will be on your counter, okay, or on your list. And it'll give you recipes and menu ideas. So how easy is that? If you don't have some of the ingredients that they suggest, improvise. It's all about improvising and using what you have. Now, as far as spending money for shelf-timber, this is not a no challenge, no spend month. This is not a low spend, low challenge spend month. This is not a use everything you have and don't replace month. Still stick to your monthly budget. However, this is how I do it, and this is how I think it's going to work for you. Set aside a certain amount that you want to spend each week on fresh items. Not items that you're completely out of, fresh items, okay? Perishables. Common sense, if you're a coffee drinker and you have no coffee in your house, you're going to want to try to get some coffee, okay? Set a dollar amount. Get only what you absolutely need. You need milk for your children. You need coffee for yourself. You have no bread in the house and you need eggs, okay? So that's your list. Try to get, even if you just get like a smaller amount of everything, try not to go over your budget of fresh items. So if you have $25 to spend that week, you may have to forego something on that list or find another way to get it. So now you're going to ask, okay, well, I'm going to be depleting my food stash. What do I do with the rest of my budget money? You're going to still use your budget minus the amount that you put aside for fresh items. Those items are only going to be your stock up items, items for the future, items for the winter, items replacing what you just used up in your pantry so that you're rotating and actually using what you have. So you take example again, $25 for fresh items each week, making meals out of what you have in your pantry, fridge, and freezer. And the rest of your budget for each week goes into overstock or stockpile, okay? Whether it be non-food items, food items, whatever. If you run out of milk and you have powdered milk, you can substitute, and maybe you don't have to buy milk that week, and you might be able to get your coffee that week. Try to stick to that amount that you set aside. Set aside whatever you're comfortable with. Now, I really spent $14 and change on fresh items this week, and it was basically, I got 2 things of lunch meat. I forgot what else I got. It wasn't much. And some feta dip, which was $6, by the way. I think it was just those 3 or 4. I had 3 or 4 items, and it came to $14. And I said to myself, okay, I'm not spending more than $25. And I'm really proud of myself that I didn't spend any more than that. So I am going to do this along with you. I mean, I have a pantry closet that is a disaster. You talk about an avalanche. Yeah, my freezer's okay now. Now I have to work on my pantry, my working pantry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm doing it right along with you. When I do, I'm going to be putting everything out on my counter, and we're going to do this together. So this isn't just me, preaching to everybody not doing it. I'm doing it along with you, and it's a lot of fun. So please, guys, if you are going to do Shelf Timber, even if you just want to do it for a week and see what happens, leave a comment below. Let me know if you're going to do this with me, if you're not going to do it, and let's have some fun with it. So I do hope that you guys join me. It is fun, it's challenging, and we learn a lot from each other. And that's what makes us such a great community on YouTube, is we all learn from each other. So hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will catch you guys on my next video. God bless you.